Hey guys, okay, so I'm going to talk really fast so that we can get through this in one class period. You're going to get 2 squares or rectangles of clay. The first thing you're going to do is turn them both into a sphere. So all you do is kind of pat it in your hands like so, roll it around. Keep it in your hands though, not on the table, because if you roll on the table it makes it flat in spots. So once you do that to both of them, you are going to pick one of them. It doesn't really matter. They're going to be about the same size. I didn't measure each one of them perfectly, but anyway. Last year we made pinch pots. Basically, we're going to be making 2 pinch pots. We're going to make one inside of a cupcake silicone holder. So you're going to put the ball of clay into the silicone holder. You're going to press your thumb down in the middle, not through the bottom, just like we did last year. Pull it back out. You'll have something like that. But remember, we are going to quack like a duck, and you're not going to have your fingers spread apart, but you're going to have them together. So you're going to stick it in, and you're going to become a machine, and you're going to go squeeze, 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 squeeze. And if you notice, just like last year, the inside's getting bigger, and it's actually coming up out of the top of the cupcake holder. That is just fine. You want to keep doing this until the whole inside of the bottom of your cupcake looks similar to this. And remember, we want it about as thick as our pinky. When you've gotten that size, you're going to take your wooden tool and you're just going to cut this extra off. Spin your cupcake around very quickly. Get rid of that extra. You can also just tear it off with your fingers if that's easier, like so. And then give it a one final smush all around and make sure all your edges are nice and flat. Now this will stay inside of this holder for a couple of days inside the room, and when it's dry it will pop right out, but for now it will not come out on its own. Okay, so set this aside. You are done with this part. Second part, pinch off a little bit for cherries, candles, sprinkles, that kind of thing. Give you some extra plus the extra you peeled off. Roll that back into a nice sphere. Make a second pinch pot, so stick your thumb inside. Remember not to go all the way through the bottom. Become a machine. Keep your fingers closed. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. This is your icing. Icing does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be smooth, so the lumps in it actually make it look more natural. But when it looks something like this, again, pinky thickness, you can sit it on top of here to make sure they kind of go together, which they do. Now you are ready for decorating. I told you it was going to be fast. You're going to take your cup that has water in it and a toothbrush. Remember, this is acting like a glue. So anything that you create, you're going to glue it to your cupcake. So if you make sprinkles, pinch off a little bit, roll it in your hand, make you a sprinkle shape, put a little of that clay glue, clay water on your project, and stick it and gently press in place. When you press, be careful not to cave in, because remember, this is hollow. If you press too hard, you're going to actually push in your cupcake topper, and you don't want to do that. Candles, you don't want to make them too tall. They will fall over. So you want to make a nice flat bottom. So I just cut it with my stick. And then if I want to make it have a flame, if I just kind of pinch around the top a little bit, it starts to kind of look like a flame. And it doesn't have a little skinny wick on it, because if you had a little skinny wick made out of clay, it doesn't really work. Clay, you need it to be thicker so that it can stand up on its own. Again, flatten that bottom, give it a nice surface to attach to. Use the clay glue. Clay glue, clay glue, clay glue. The more clay glue you do, not more water necessarily, but the more scratching you do, the better it works. And then you can put your candle on top, and cherries and so forth. When you are finished, you are going to take your cupcake bottom. You're going to place one of these cardboard pieces like so. You're going to put this on top to dry, and then on the tray you're going to find your classroom number, and you're going to place that upon your number. If you are a Skittle, you're going to go to the last set of numbers. So Skittles, you might want to wait till the very end in order to put yours on the tray. All right, guys, hope you have fun. Bye.